I just want to compliment staff and Stephanie on this great presentation. Thank you and all the hard work that you've all done. And the outpouring, I do have a question, but I just have to say the outpouring of love and support from this room has been very touching. But my question is, and it's not against the Islamic Center, the community center, it's a question, city protection of, from what I understood when I listened to the Planning Commission's meeting, that there was discussion of Los Caneros and parking on Los Caneros. And I hadn't realized actually that there is no restriction on parking on Los Caneros. So my concern is a city concern that we take a look at that. And because when you're parking on the side of the road, you are now in the bike lane, and that's not illegal. But to me, that's safe. So I would like the city to look into that and see if there's something. I feel very strongly that we need to do something about that. So that's just a question, can we?
If I may, I think it's inappropriate at this point, but after we go through the process, which requires us to approve a project, and we're getting very close to that, then I would propose, in supporting what you're saying, there's an answer to what you wish to do, and I'm more than happy to discuss it at that time.
Okay.
But at this particular moment, is there any other questions of staff or any comment from staff? If not, then I'd like to move on to deliberation, please.
I do have one more question. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's not about parking. It's not about on the road. It's about, is the city proposing to put any kind of fencing around? I thought I'd heard something about a wall or fencing around the perimeter of the building. That's not true, right?
No.
Because there is a pathway that runs behind there that goes to the dam, and I would hate to see that gone or not accessible.
Yeah. No, there's no requirement or proposal for fencing. The WOW just felt it was good to leave it open for wildlife movement. I also took a good look at that path, and the path can either go right over through the parking lot, or it's very easy for the path that's already kind of halfway traveled to just turn a little bit and come out to Caireal. So there isn't really any structural, fencing or ditches or anything that would stop someone who's coming down the path to just turn and come out to Caireal.
That's good to hear, because I have heard from a lot of friends and neighbors that they use that as a shortcut. So thank you.
Thank you. Council deliberations. If there's no deliberations, that's okay too. We can move forward on taking motions. That's certainly in order.
Well, I don't have any, I guess it depends on how broadly you're defining deliberation here, but I think this is an appropriate point for me to say. I've only been on the council a year, but this is far and away the most rewarding experience I've had yet on the council. This is quite a delight to be here. And I have followed your odyssey in the paper through the years, and here I am involved in the what I expect will be and hope will certainly be the approval of this project. So, and I hope it is the end of your long journey here tonight. And it's been great. I don't want to get too emotional here, but it's been great to be a part of it. So.
Councilmember Aceves.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I do have some comments, and then I'll be more than glad to make a motion to move us forward. We'll get to that point. I wish you guys could see this group from this perspective. Absolutely incredible. It actually makes a beautiful picture, because this truly is the fabric of our community. To see all these people come together for one purpose, and that's to follow the journey of the Islamic Society to their final home in the good land. And a lot of us have been watching this for some time. And we've seen, different discussions to the project. We've seen that poor building move about 15 million times. And finally moved to protect the view for the mountains. The community has bent over backwards to make sure that they are part of Goleta. I mean, they've been here for 30 years. Started at ISSB and then ended up at the community center. But now to think about it, that they actually will have their own home is incredible. The building is beautiful. It fits. I mean, it's a true community center. But yes, this has been a very long journey. A very long journey, many meetings. But today we have the opportunity to make history. This council has the opportunity to make history. We have the opportunity to make history in this journey together. And it's just, like Councilmember Farr said, it's, we don't get too many of these real feel-good meetings. Because normally it's, one side yes, the other side no, and then we make a decision. But this has been, like I said, if I had a panoramic camera, I'd do that right now because this is absolutely fantastic. I want to thank staff for your work, incredible work. I want to thank the Islamic Society's team, incredible work. The fact that after the Planning Commission, you collected cards and went to the community to answer their questions, that's above and beyond. I have never seen that in projects. You went above and beyond to make sure that, hey, we're part of your neighborhood and we plan on being here for a very long time. So I'm excited, and Mr. Mayor, when you're ready, I'll be more glad to make the motion.
Thank you. Any other comments? Councilmember Easton.
I'll be brief. I really have only three things that I want to say. Roger, we're in with a bunch of Unitarians here, aren't we? It's kind of staggering to find out how many people believe in what we believe in. Two, Roger's amazed by this all. I'm amazed by all this all because after I met with the Society's lawyer and a member of the community and got all my substantive questions answered beautifully, I then set out to read all this, which was quite an education. And the one thing I did find is the last of the three things that I wanted to say, but it's just one of the letters, and it ends by saying, "We feel that the establishment of a mosque can be an expression of our belief in a country that espouses education, cultural differences, acceptance, and peace among all people." And I thought that captured it beautifully. And I won't identify the people that said it, but if they would make themselves known to me, I'd like to say thank you for that. Because we've never had a meeting like this in City Hall, at least not when I was involved with the city, which goes back to the beginning. Never. This is amazing. This is amazing. Thank you very much.
Mayor Pro Tem Parati.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to say that you've waited a long time. Now I'm going to get emotional. You waited a long time for a home, and now you have it, and it's a very special place. It does feel special there. I walked the property the other day, and it's very special, and you all deserve it. So.
Okay, I get to make the last comments. And I'll be brief in my comments and be a little more focused. It was a nice meeting that I had the other day when I met with Beth and Mr. totally impressed with the architecture. I was mayor back in '08 when I was given a presentation on what was being proposed at that time. And as been previously stated, the building has had wheels on it. It's moved all over the place. But the architecture has also changed. And I said, I think you might be just a little interested to take your concept and just follow me and wander into my office, because hanging on the back wall is a concept that was developed back in 1996, and it was for Old Town. And it was predicated upon the background and the history of Goleta. There's a great deal of research done to come up with an architectural style, a concept. Not that it was necessarily definitive or mandated, but a concept that you could look at and say, wow, maybe that's it. Maybe that's what we're looking at. So for me, this is the first building that I can tell you that meets the concept that I live with every day, that I hope someday that Goleta can replicate, hopefully in Old Town. But it's wonderful to see that particular concept is in fact going to be put in place on Los Caneros and County Real. So I really, really do appreciate that. And I think at this point, it's time, without taking any more time, is to move forward on making motions, the appropriate motions.
Okay, I think somebody said we're gonna put a dot on the Google map tonight. I'd like to move that we adopt City Council Resolution 13 next in order, entitled Resolution of the City Council of the City of Goleta, California, adopting the final mitigated negative declaration, 11-MND-004, and the mitigation monitoring and reporting program for the Islamic Center project, case number 03051 RZDP CUP APN 077-160-035, and introduce and conduct first reading by title only and waive further reading of Ordinance 13 next in order, entitled An Ordinance of the City Council of the City of Goleta, California, adopting an ordinance amending the official zoning map referenced in section 35-204 of chapter 35, article 3, the inland zoning ordinance for change in zoning designation of the property with APN 077-160-035 from CH Highway Commercial to PI Professional and Institutional, case number 03051 RZDP CUP, and adopt Resolution 13 next in order, entitled A Resolution of the City Council of the City of Goleta, California, approving a development plan modifications and minor conditional use permit for the Islamic Center project, case number 03051 RZDP CUP APN 077-160-035.
Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So ordered. Unanimous, 5-0.
I don't think that was on video mode, I think it was on phone.
Want to do it again?
Yes, I'm sorry. Now it's on video, I thought it was on video. Keep cheering.